looking like coming back, trying to get things on the right track as a group here, knowing how precious time is where you're at this season?
Yeah, I think it's always a challenge. Obviously, I mean, a lot of guys have been off for a while. Some of us are coming back from the Olympics. It's, there's a lot of adjusting, but it's everybody's in the same boat. And for us, it's, we need to get our game back on track right away, and we don't have, time to obviously waste. So, for us, it's looking right ahead at what's in front of us tonight, which is a game against the Sens, a divisional opponent, on Saturday. So we need to obviously be ready for that, and I don't think anybody should have a problem getting up for a game like that.
What kind of reception do you expect tonight, if the Olympians are honored before the tournament?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we've got great fans. We've got passionate fans. For me, I'm just focused on tonight's game, getting ready for that, doing whatever I can to obviously help our team win for a game that we desperately need.
Probably like, just I guess, and apologies if you were just asked this, but 2 games, how's the body felt about getting back up to speed with the time difference and everything else?
Yeah, it's honestly felt fine. Like I think the second game, the back-to-back, I felt better, just kind of getting back into it. With the time travel or the time change, the travel, all the other stuff. Just getting back into it, and it's been nice to be home last night, and it's felt like it's been a while since I slept in my own bed and seen the dogs and stuff like that. So it's good, and happy to be back. We're excited to be playing here at home tonight against a good team, and like I said, a game that we desperately need to be ready for from the jump.
On the whole, Auston, why do you think the goals against have increased this much this year over what we saw last year?
I don't know. That's a tough question to answer, to be honest. I mean, I think, it's execution. I think maybe we haven't had the puck as much offensively this year, and, with that happening, we're kind of defending a little bit more, and, it's honestly, I can't really answer that question. It's tough to say, yeah.
Part of you that worries where things are at timing-wise, understanding week away from the trade deadline, trying to get the necessary results required, understanding the business side come in, if that doesn't happen, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, we can only focus on what we can control, and that's, putting together a good effort tonight and playing this game tonight. I mean, everything else is out of our control as far as the other stuff. I mean, that's management, coaches, stuff like that. I mean, we can only control tonight, and that's going out, and everybody's got to have a full effort and make sure that we're ready to compete from the drop of the puck and, earn our way, kind of claw our way back into the standings, and we have to earn that. So,
looking to stay positive and bring some good vibes.
What's been the message from the coaching staff?
I think we'll keep that between us, but just like I said, looking to go out there tonight, bring some positive vibes, bring some energy, make some plays, and try to win a hockey game.
I guess maybe the biggest lessons or takeaway as a young player, still trying to get in the lineup on a regular basis. What's been the takeaway?
Yeah, obviously, you want to play every game, and it's tough, especially as a young player. But that's the fun of it. It's good to have a challenge, and it's good to come to the rink every day and come prepared and work for it. So, it's, like I've been saying, it's just another opportunity here tonight, and I'm excited for it.
Is there anything you've been able to do over the last 5 weeks or so, not playing, to use the time to your advantage productively?
Yeah, I feel just taking care of my body. I've been able to work out, which has been good, and get stronger and faster throughout the year has helped me out a lot. So just like I said, just looking to bring some energy here tonight. We're still in the playoff push, and we're looking to get 2 big points here tonight.
What kind of messages do you get from your teammates, like when you're out of the lineup, you're not playing as much? Is there anything that guys say to you to really try and just keep you grounded?
Yeah, everyone's positive here. I mean, they're always coming up to me and making sure I'm good. And but like I said, that's out of my control, and I'm just going to control what I can control.
How challenging is it to be? I mean, you're a pretty unique guy, but just given what's been taking place, what could happen?
Yeah, it's. I haven't really changed much, I think I take pride in trying to be consistent and every facet of coming into the rink and being positive, being around the guys, and it's out of our control. It's in no one's control except the staff, and we have to go out and do a job and play for each other and hold each other accountable and make it difficult on teams and get a lead and make it hard for them to come back in games, which we see the last 2 games. It's hard to come back. It's hard to chase the game, and it's difficult to be put in those spots. So, it needs to start tonight, but, you try and keep your mind as clear as you can.
Just on handling that, Scott, have you been able to learn how to deal with that better as your career has gone on and maybe even going through what you did last?
It's been, I've been in the rumors for, I don't know, as long as I can remember in Philly since I signed my deal. So it's always there, and you try and kind of clear your mind, but at the end of the day, it is your life. It's where you live, it's where your family is, and it's different when you have a family now. So, I'm just going to continue to try and play my game, help these guys the best I can, and hopefully I'm here.
Craig, why was now the right time to get Easton Cowan into it again?
Well, again, I said, coming off the break, we won 3 in a row. I stuck with the same lineup. Then Dakota got back. I put him in. And, I just feel like it's time to get him back in now. And, I don't want him sitting out. He obviously needs to play. He's a young kid. He's a good player. But at the time, taking him out of the lineup, going back to, I think, his Seattle game, right? I just felt like he was just a little overwhelmed at that point, and wanted to give him a break. And we were winning games, so I didn't change the lineup.
When he's not playing, how much value do you think there still is in him being up?
Well, there's a lot. He works on his game in practice. Our coach is working with him, watching the game a lot of times from, up top. It's not a bad thing. I mean, but at the same point, 20-year-old kid like that with lots of ability and upside, we got to play him too. So.
Has it been an issue or a challenge keeping the team upbeat after coming back from a break like that and the 2 losses?
Going after the break, going into the games, it was a real good feel, and guys were upbeat. We obviously didn't perform well enough to win the games. But at the same time, there's a lot of good in the games, but it's not consistent for 60 minutes, and that's the message. We need 60 minutes, and I get it is hard. There's a lot going on with trade deadline, and there's a lot going on with where we're at as a team, but it's about just the process and focusing on the process tonight. That's all you can do. We can't control all these other things. We can control playing better. And we just got to focus on tonight's game and play a better 60-minute game. We can't get behind 2-3 goals and expect, you can come back in those games, but it's difficult. So getting the lead and, is important.
Why do you think there's been such an increase in goals against this year compared to last year?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, there's obviously I can run through a list of things that, we've looked at and come up with, and we've made adjustments, and the adjustments we made have worked, and they've done a good job of handling that, the players. It's not always easy making adjustments in the season, like systems-wise, but they've done a good job of it, and we do, we get on a good roll where things are good, but then it, again, finds the back of our net too much. It's a lot of just mistakes, individual, puck play, it's different things, so. But definitely has been probably, the biggest downfall in our game from last year.
How much do you lean on the older players in your room to try and...
No, for sure, our leaders, and, we've got a lot of guys that have been around the game a long time, and they've been through this before, so they're important guys in the locker room to make sure that the message is getting across here. Guys coming out in morning skate, good energy, they had good life, so that's important, and again, we got to turn the page and focus on Ottawa tonight.